Welcome to another deep dive. Today we're going to be talking about Enceladus, one of
Enceladus.
Saturn's most intriguing moons, I think.
Yeah,
And, when we talk about places in our solar system where life might exist, Enceladus is right up there.
absolutely.
Yeah, on the short list.
Perfect.
And that's because under its icy shell, it hides a global liquid ocean,
Right.
spewing out plumes from geysers at its south pole.
Amazing.
And what's really captivating, though, is that we've got clues hinting at the possibility
Yeah,
of life existing in that ocean.
absolutely.
So today we're going to be diving deep into what makes this icy moon so unique.
Yeah.
We're going to be using some fascinating research and mission data to explore
Right.
what Enceladus is, what we've learned about it, and what the future holds for exploring
Yeah.
this potential cradle of life.
It's fascinating how a seemingly insignificant icy moon could harbor such potential. I mean, there's so much we're still uncovering about Enceladus,
Yeah.
but what we've learned so far has been truly groundbreaking.
Yeah, it's really a game changer in our understanding of where life might exist.
Yeah.
So first things first, let's paint a picture of Enceladus. It's tiny, right?
It is. Enceladus is only about 500 kilometers in diameter.
Wow.
That's smaller than the width of Texas.
It's tiny.
But what it lacks in size, it makes up for in intrigue. It's an ice world, incredibly reflective, almost blindingly bright.
So it's like this tiny, shiny beacon out there orbiting Saturn.
Right.
But what's truly remarkable is that beneath that frozen surface lies a global ocean.
Yeah.
I mean, a whole world of liquid water
Yeah.
way out there.
A whole world.
How is that even possible so far from the sun?
Well, that's where Saturn's gravity comes into play. You see, Saturn is huge,
Yeah.
and its gravity creates these tidal forces on Enceladus. It's
Oh,
like
yeah.
constantly squeezing and stretching the moon,
Oh, wow.
generating heat inside.
Interesting.
And that's what keeps the water in a liquid state despite the frigid temperatures.
So instead of freezing solid,
Yeah.
it's this dynamic ocean constantly in motion thanks to Saturn's gravitational pull.
That's fascinating. What else do we know about this hidden ocean? It can't just be plain water, right?
You're absolutely right. The data suggests that this ocean is salty, rich in minerals.
Okay.
And here's the kicker. It also contains organic molecules, the building blocks of life as we know it.
Wait, organic molecules, isn't that a huge deal in the search for life beyond Earth?
It is. It's like finding all the necessary ingredients for a delicious recipe.
Right.
It doesn't guarantee a tasty dish, but it certainly sparks curiosity and makes you want to investigate further.
And that's where the Cassini mission comes in. This NASA spacecraft, which spent 13 years exploring Saturn and its moons,
Yeah.
really opened our eyes to what Enceladus is all about. What were some of the key discoveries that Cassini made?
Well, Cassini revolutionized our understanding of Enceladus.
Yeah.
Back in 2005, it discovered these massive geysers erupting from the moon's south polar region.
Wow.
Imagine plumes of icy particles, water vapor, and even organic compounds shooting hundreds of kilometers into space. Wow, that must have been an incredible sight for Cassini.
It was amazing.
So it wasn't just an icy, quiet moon. It was this
Yeah.
dynamic, active world.
An active world.
What did scientists make of these geysers?
Well, these geysers were a major clue that something incredible was happening beneath the surface. And Cassini didn't just observe them, it actually flew through these plumes,
No way.
collecting and analyzing samples.
Really?
And that's when things got really interesting.
What did they find? Was it evidence of life?
Not life itself, but something just as vital: hydrogen.
Okay.
The detection of hydrogen in these plumes suggests that there could be hydrothermal vents on Enceladus's ocean floor, similar to the ones we find deep in Earth's oceans.
Hydrothermal vents. I remember learning about those.
Yeah.
They're like underwater volcanoes, right?
Exactly.
Spewing out heat and chemicals from deep inside the Earth.
Yeah.
And what's amazing is that on Earth, those hydrothermal vents are teeming with life, even in the absence of sunlight.
That's right.
They thrive on chemical energy instead.
Yeah.
So if Enceladus has hydrothermal vents, is it possible that similar life forms could exist there using chemical energy from these vents? I mean, that's mind-boggling.
It is. Think about it. We already have the liquid water, we have the organic molecules,
Yeah.
and now we have a potential energy source in the form of hydrothermal vents.
Right.
It's like Enceladus is ticking off all the boxes in the recipe for life.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it really is.
It's incredible.
It's pretty astounding.
I mean, it really does seem like Enceladus has got all the right ingredients.
Yeah.
It's and that's why it's become such a focal point in this search for life beyond Earth.
It's amazing to think that a moon we barely knew anything about just a few decades ago could hold the key to answering one of humanity's biggest questions.
Yeah.
Are we alone?
Yeah, that's the question that drives so much of our exploration.
Yeah.
And Enceladus has presented us with a really compelling case
Yeah.
to investigate.
I know there's been a lot of talk about new missions to Enceladus. Can you tell us more about what's being planned?
Yeah, well, the scientific community is buzzing with ideas.
Okay.
There are multiple proposals on the table from various space agencies,
Wow.
all aiming to get a closer look at this intriguing moon. One of the most exciting concepts involves sending a probe to land near those very geysers
Oh, wow.
we were talking about.
Landing right near the geysers.
Hmm.
That seems pretty ambitious.
It is.
What would be the main goal of such a mission?
Well, the goal would be to collect samples directly from the plumes as they erupt.
Okay.
Imagine being able to analyze material coming straight from that hidden ocean.
Yeah.
We could learn so much about the composition of the water, the types of organic molecules present, and maybe even find evidence of microbial life itself.
That's incredible. We're talking about actually holding in our hands material that could potentially contain alien life.
I know, it's amazing.
It's like something straight out of science fiction.
It is, and it's within our reach.
Wow.
Another concept involves sending a spacecraft to dive through those plumes again, but this time equipped with even more advanced instruments. We're talking about technology that could detect the subtlest hints of biological processes,
Right.
molecules that might indicate life, even if we can't see the organisms themselves.
It's like upgrading from a basic magnifying glass to a powerful electron microscope.
Exactly.
We'd be able to see things that were completely invisible to Cassini. What would be the focus of these more advanced instruments?
Well, they would be designed to look for specific molecules or chemical signatures that are unique to life as we know it. It's a challenging task,
Yeah.
but the potential payoff is enormous. These missions wouldn't be solely focused on searching for life, though.
Okay.
They'd also provide us with a much deeper understanding of Enceladus itself. We'd learn more about the dynamics of the ocean, the activity of those hydrothermal vents, and how the moon's interior interacts with its surface.
So even if we don't find definitive proof of life, we're still going to gain invaluable knowledge about one of those fascinating places in our solar system.
Absolutely. And let's not forget the technological advancements that come with these ambitious missions. We're talking about landing on another world, collecting samples, analyzing them for microscopic life.
Yeah.
These challenges are pushing the boundaries of what's possible in space exploration.
It's inspiring to see how far we've come. And we've already seen what's possible with missions like NASA's Dragonfly, which is headed to Titan, another of Saturn's moons.
Right.
That mission involves sending a drone-like lander to explore Titan's surface and atmosphere.
Yeah. Dragonfly is a testament to human ingenuity and our relentless drive to explore. And it sets the stage for even bolder missions like those being proposed for Enceladus.
Speaking of bold missions, there's also been talk about a concept called the Enceladus Orbolander. Can you explain what that is?
Yeah, the Orbolander is a fascinating concept. It's designed to combine the best of both worlds, orbiting and landing. It would first orbit Enceladus, studying the moon from above, mapping those plume eruptions, and gathering data about the global environment. Then it would carefully descend and land on the surface, preferably near one of the most active geyser regions.
So it's like having a scout in the sky first,
Yeah.
getting the lay of the land, and then sending in the ground team for a closer look.
Yeah.
That seems like a really strategic approach.
It is. This two-pronged approach maximizes our chances of finding signs of life. We get the global perspective from orbit, and then the detailed up-close analysis from the surface.
It's almost surreal to think about these missions actually happening. It wasn't long ago that Enceladus was just a blurry dot in our telescopes. Now we're talking about sending spacecraft to land on it and search for alien life.
It's a testament to how quickly our knowledge and capabilities are expanding. And it makes you wonder what incredible discoveries await us in the years to come.
It truly feels like we're living in a golden age of space exploration.
It does.
We're constantly pushing the limits of what's possible. And Enceladus is right at the forefront of this excitement.
It is, and it all comes back to that fundamental question. Are we alone in the universe?
Right.
Enceladus offers us one of the most promising avenues to answer that question.
So we've talked about what Enceladus is and what we've learned about it. Now let's delve into why this tiny icy moon holds such significance for us here on Earth.
Yeah.
So we've been talking about this tiny moon way out by Saturn.
Right.
But I'm curious, why does Enceladus matter so much in the grand scheme of things?
Well, it all boils down to one of the most profound questions humanity has ever asked. are we alone in the universe?
Right.
And what's incredible about Enceladus is that it offers us a tangible, realistic opportunity to find an answer.
It's more than just finding microbes on another world, isn't it?
Right.
It's about what that discovery would mean for our understanding of life itself.
Precisely. If we were to find even the simplest forms of life on Enceladus, it would mean that life isn't this incredibly rare, unique phenomenon that happened only here on Earth. It would mean that the potential for life is spread throughout the cosmos, maybe even more common than we ever imagined.
It would completely change our perspective, wouldn't it?
Absolutely.
Suddenly, the universe wouldn't feel so empty.
Right.
We'd know that we're not alone.
Yeah.
What would that mean for science, for biology in particular?
Oh, it would revolutionize our understanding of biology and evolution. Imagine having a whole new set of data points to work with a completely different example of how life arises and adapts.
Yeah.
We could study the biochemistry of these organisms, their DNA or its equivalent, and learn so much about the fundamental principles of life itself.
It's amazing to think that a tiny moon orbiting Saturn could hold the key to unlocking some of the biggest mysteries about life in the universe. It would be a truly profound discovery.
It would. And it's not just about science. Think about the philosophical and societal implications.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, such a discovery would spark conversations and debates across the globe.
For sure.
We'd have to re-examine our place in the cosmos, our relationship to other life forms, even our religious and spiritual beliefs.
It's almost overwhelming to consider all the potential ramifications.
I know.
It would be a moment that would change humanity forever.
Yeah.
But even if we don't find definitive proof of life on Enceladus,
Right.
the journey itself is incredibly valuable.
Yeah, absolutely. The technology we develop, the knowledge we gain, the collaborative spirit that drives these missions, it all pushes us forward. Even if Enceladus turns out to be sterile, the search will pave the way for even more ambitious explorations in the future.
So the story of Enceladus is far from over. We're still at the beginning of this incredible journey of discovery.
And it's a journey that holds immense promise. As we continue to learn more about this icy moon, we're inching closer to answering that age-old question, are we alone?
Well, thank you for taking us on this deep dive into Enceladus. It's
Yeah.
been a fascinating journey full of awe-inspiring discoveries and thought-provoking possibilities.
It's been my pleasure. Enceladus is a reminder that even in the most unexpected corners of our solar system, we can find wonder, mystery, and perhaps even the answers to some of life's biggest questions.
Keep looking up, everyone. The cosmos is full of surprises, and the next chapter in the Enceladus story is sure to be a captivating one.